All right, let's dive right in. We're heading to Bangkok to explore one of the world's most magnificent landmarks, the Grand Palace of Thailand. It's this incredible place, just bursting with stunning beauty, deep spiritual meaning, and centuries of history packed inside its walls. And just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, look at this number. The whole complex covers over 218,000 square meters. That's more than 54 acres. We're not just talking about a palace here. This is literally a city within a city, a whole maze of halls, pavilions, and courtyards. So it's no surprise that this is, hands down, the nation's most visited site. Millions of people from every corner of the globe flock here every single year, drawn in by its sheer grandeur. It's a massive magnet for tourism. But what's the story behind all the gold leaf and glitter? Why is this place so central to the Thai identity? Well, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to peel back the layers of history, faith, and power to see what makes the Grand Palace so incredibly important. So to really get it, you have to know that the story of the palace is the story of modern Bangkok. It wasn't just built on a whim. It was forged by the vision of a brand new dynasty, and it was meant to be the absolute heart of a new kingdom. What's so fascinating is that the palace is like a living timeline of the Chakri dynasty. It all kicked off in 1782 with King Rama I, who wanted a new, safer capital. Then each king added his own layer. Rama II built the private inner court. Rama III gave it its spiritual core with that incredible temple. And then you get to King Rama V, who brought in this huge transformation, blending traditional Thai design with Western architecture. Now that was a power move, a way of showing the world that Thailand was a modern, sophisticated nation. You can literally walk through 150 years of history just by looking at the buildings. And yeah, for a century and a half, this was it. This was the center of the universe for Thailand. It was the king's home, the seat of government, and the symbolic heart of the entire nation. Pretty much all power and ceremony flowed right from this spot. Okay, so we've talked about political power. But now we need to shift gears and look at the soul of the nation. Because you really can't understand the Grand Palace without understanding its spiritual core. And to do that, you need to get familiar with this word palladium. Basically, it's an object, in this case a statue, that's believed to be the divine protector of the entire kingdom. If you have it, you have good fortune and security for your people. It's a huge deal. And right there, inside the palace walls, is Wat Phra Kaew, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. It is widely considered the most sacred Buddhist temple in all of Thailand. This isn't just some pretty building, it's the country's spiritual epicenter. And the statue itself holds this immense, almost unbelievable symbolic power. But get this, it's not even emerald. It's carved from a single perfect piece of jade. And it's tiny, just 66 centimeters tall. But that little statue is the Palladium of Thailand. And that ceremony, where the king himself changes its robes 3 times a year, that's not just for show. It's a vital ritual tied to the nation's well-being, marking the change from the hot season to the rainy season to the cool season. It's basically a prayer for the prosperity of the entire country. All right, so let's pull back from the sacred and talk about the secular. Because the palace isn't just a historical and religious treasure, it's also a modern economic powerhouse. I mean, just look at this explosion in tourism. You go from about 250,000 visitors in 1959 to over 26 million by 2012. That's insane. And the Grand Palace has been one of the star attractions driving that incredible growth, putting Thailand on the map for travelers everywhere. And all that growth, it translates directly into economic muscle. Even way back in the late 90s, tourism was kicking in almost 8% of the entire country's GDP. The money that flows through the palace gates creates this huge ripple effect, supporting countless jobs and local businesses. What's wild is that this is all a relatively modern thing. It was under the reign of the late King Rama I that the palace, which was once a totally private royal space, was fully opened up to the public. That one decision basically turned a historic monument into a major engine for the whole national economy. But all this popularity comes with huge challenges. When a sacred site becomes one of the world's top tourist destinations, how on earth do you protect its soul? How do you make sure this living legacy is still here for the future? And this is the fundamental tension, right? It's a constant tug of war. On one side, you have priceless cultural heritage and this deeply sacred place. On the other, you've got the pressures of a massive modern city and the nonstop crush of tourism. It's a really, really delicate balancing act. And sometimes that balance has tipped way over. At certain points, visitor numbers have hit a staggering 140% of the site's official capacity. Can you just imagine the strain that puts on ancient buildings, delicate art, and just the whole atmosphere of reverence? So, as a visitor, you can actually play a part in preserving it. These guidelines aren't just random rules, they're all about Thai cultural values. Dressing modestly isn't about being restrictive, it's about showing respect. Not pointing your feet, which are seen as the lowest part of the body, is a sign of mindfulness. When you follow the etiquette, you're not just a tourist, you're actively helping to honor and protect this incredible legacy. And really, that's the powerful question the Grand Palace leaves us with. How does any nation balance a deep reverence for its past with the constant demands of the future? It's a challenge faced not just in Bangkok, but at historic sites all over the world. And it makes you think about how we protect our shared global heritage for generations to come.